Hey guys, and welcome back to another week of Casual Chaos. We have a very exciting guest, fresh off the plane from Coachella. Brianna, welcome to Casual Chaos.
Thank you. And everyone listening, I usually don't sound like this, but my voice is gone because I was just singing for 3 days straight. And I was also worried that I'm going to be like mouth breathing because I have so much dust in my nose from Coachella.
I remember. How bad is it?
I couldn't believe it. It was insane. Like I had layers of dust all over my skin.
It's disgusting. It's so bad.
But we made it. We're here on the podcast.
I'm so happy. Thank you for coming from the plane and everything. Excited. A lot of people asked if we've ever met before. And I was like, funny story, actually.
Yeah.
Brianna came to Rutgers when she did her like college tour.
Throwback. I had purple hair. So I go by hair colors of how long ago that was. That was probably like 4 years ago. I think I was a sophomore or junior. Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was the first time we went to your sorority, right?
Yes, because everyone at Zeta wanted to see Brianna. So she came, everyone was freaking out. And then we went to Reds and it sucked.
It sucks. But your sorority, I had never... Like I wasn't in a sorority in high school. In college, I did like sports and stuff. But your sorority, you were having a party, so it felt like we were walking into a sorority out of the movies. It was a little scary. Like everyone was clapping and doing like gang signs.
It's like a cult.
I was like, I have to go to the bathroom and recollect myself. But it was awesome. All the girls were amazing. I had just never been thrown into a crazy sorority party like that before.
No, it was nuts. And we were doing our chant. It was a whole thing.
Chants, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cult-like.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I remember you got so much shit for saying that Rutgers was boring. And I felt so bad. Oh. But on the real, like Rutgers is not that fun. And I will say that being an alumni. And I know people are diehard Rutgers, but
Listen, the people were fun.
Yes.
People were great, but...
It's the campus.
That was like where I went to college. It stunk. The people were great, boring, not fun, would go to Ohio State every weekend.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's the problem when you implement a campus into a town like that. That's where people lived. That's why people were pissed when Rutgers was built, because you're building a campus on top of a town in New Jersey.
Exactly.
It's just like not realistic. No. And that bar closed down.
Did it?
So it just shows.
There we go.
It was not. Yeah. It was not that great.
I remember we Ubered home, like from my party, we Ubered back into the city and went out to a nightclub. Like, we got to go back to Manhattan right now.
That's so funny. I know we haven't caught up in a while, but a lot has happened, I feel, in your life over the past couple months.
I feel like I've lived 17 lives since I've seen you last.
Yeah. The breakup with Zach Bryan. I know you've talked so much about it, and we don't need to go into it because you were so open about it. And kudos to you because you've shared more than you had to. But I feel like you're such a free-spirited person that you would hate for anybody to judge your character or try to guard you. What made you realize this is not normal?
I think throughout the relationship, I just lost myself a little bit. And while I was with this person, I lost that like free spirit that I had, or I like would walk into a room and I wouldn't be as loud or outgoing as I used to be. And I was catching myself worried about what I was saying or how people would perceive me. And I was never like that before, but I was so conditioned because of this person to walk on eggshells, or that I was going to upset them, or if I said this, then I'm going to be in trouble, or it's going to be a bad night, it's going to be a bad week. And then that started like leaking into my regular life, not just my relationship. So I would go on podcasts, I would hold my tongue, I wouldn't say things that I would normally say. I would be with my family, and I would even catch myself kind of saying things in a particular manner, or I would speak in a different style. I was like, who the even am I becoming? I couldn't recognize myself anymore. So I think once that started happening, and once my friends started saying stuff like, Brie, are you okay? You just seem so out of it. You don't seem like yourself anymore. I think it took other people, even people online. All my comments were like, I don't even know who you are anymore. Like, I don't even recognize you. Who are you? You're not the same person. I didn't even realize I was turning into something that I wasn't. And I think that's what kind of when the light bulb went off, and someone really can have so much control or power over you without you even realizing it.
when you got out, did you feel like you had a weight was lifted off of your shoulders? And as crazy as it is to say got out, it wasn't easy for you to leave.
Yeah. And I think this is relatable for a lot of people. Once the relationship ends, and especially when you're in like a mentally abusive relationship, when it ends, you're not just like, oh my gosh, I'm happy. This is great. It's over. You're still so like attached.
You feel like you need him.
Yeah, you're attached. It's like a toxic cycle. Your brain is rewired. So it took me a while to finally, come to light and feel okay again and feel like, oh my gosh, my world didn't just end. And in that moment, it felt like my world had just ended, especially it being so public and also going through a best friend breakup at the same time and the whole world judging you, everything that you say or do. I was going through so much, and then I have so many people giving their 2 cents, which I get. It's my job, and I signed up for it.
It's the life that we have.
Yeah, exactly. But it just definitely didn't make it easier. It made it all a lot more confusing. But I slowly got back to myself, and I just surrounded myself with my family and my best friends, and it's possible to be okay again. And I think a lot of people, especially based off of my messages and girls that come up to me, they think it's never going to be okay again. It is. It's just going to take time and work. You have to like work on yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Grace was there the night that when you came to Rutgers. Yeah. And did that friendship end because she didn't want to see you hurt anymore?
No,
it was not related to the Zach Bryan breakup at all.
No. It just, there was so much other stuff going on, and I'd like tried to say that online without saying what actually went down.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever.
Because you guys had a podcast together, you worked together.
We worked together.
So did you kind of feel like it was too close for comfort? It came to a point of, okay, we're mixing, because you know how they never say to mix family and business? It's kind of the same thing.
When I started Barstool, I'll never forget, her name was Jen Simons. She used to work at Barstool, just like our sales rep or whatever. I was super close with her. She took me into a room and she was like, are you sure you want to work with your best friend? And I was like, yeah, but she's not my best friend. She's like my sister.
It sounds all great and the best thing ever.
It did work forever. Like it worked for a while, but then like people's egos get big and it's a recipe for disaster. And I talk to a lot of people that work with their friends in the industry and they say the same thing. It's just kind of like a recipe for disaster, which stinks because you want to do everything with the people you love. But yeah, I came to a point where it was like, this is not working. There's just so much going on behind the scenes where it was like, it's not worth it. I'm not happy anymore.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because like I just said, combining friends and family, work with family, anything like that, it's bound to happen where jealousy picks up. Someone's jealous of the other person if this person is striving higher than the other, especially because you guys were on the podcast together.
Yeah.
So you guys are, and you shouldn't even be competing for the same thing, but you guys, it probably felt like you were. If more people were gravitating towards you or not Grace or vice versa, it just creates unnecessary tension for no reason, but it's bound to happen because you just hear the public put in their opinion.
100%. And I think we just also wanted two different things. I wanted to podcast. She wanted to be a comedian. It was just like two forces coming together, hitting each other. It was just not working anymore. Yeah. And you work with your family. I couldn't even imagine that. I would go fucking crazy if I worked with my family. How do you deal with that?
I mean, my mom joined the Real Housewives when I was 8 years old. So it's been everything that I've ever known. And I grew up thinking that this was normal. And it was every little girl's dream, especially if you were in that girly girl state, to be famous and, anything. But I was also in that industry when I was younger. My mom always took me on auditions to the city. So I was constantly in that realm of things. And I thought it was always normal. And it honestly became very toxic once my mom started fighting with her brother, and there was just a lot of turmoil on the show, hence why Jersey's on pause right now. So it just it doesn't work. Kind of the same thing. My mom and her brother were fighting for 10 years.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You're watching this. It's almost like you're watching the same commercial happen over and over again, but in different versions. And it's like, when is it going to stop? No one wants to see this anymore. We don't want to do this anymore. This is so toxic. We're getting absolutely nowhere. And then I dealt with things because I was growing up and became an adult on Housewives. And yes, it's an adult show, but you involve your families in it because the families are still a part of the Real Housewives. It's showing family and friends in New Jersey. So I got a lot of backlash for kind of inserting myself into adult drama, but this adult drama was between my mom and my uncle.
Yeah.
So it was like
it's your family drama.
It's my family.
It's
so
like people are at your Thanksgiving dinner and they're watching it.
Exactly.
I have learned that the Bravo fans they're really mean.
Oh my God. Because
I was
the
friends with Wes Wilson.
Oh my God.
And I was like, actually, I don't know if I want to be friends with you anymore because this is crazy. I was like spotted with him once and then they like circulated all this crazy stuff about us. And then he said that we made out. And I'm like, why would you fucking say that?
Well, yeah, that was literally, I was going to ask you about that.
Crazy.
Why would he report to the tabloids? Yeah.
Why would you do that? Brianna. Why would you do that? I was so mad at him. He's like, I'm so not PR trained. I don't know what I'm doing, but it shows, West. Yeah. But I learned through that the Bravo fans can be a little harsh.
They're crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's
they're
just
loyal. They're loyal, but they have a lot of
their team, a Sierra. So that's why I think they just hated any girl that was associated with West. I've never watched Summer House, so I had no idea of this lore, of this tea. I would have never been spotted with this man if I knew that
you would have been caged
he had
up
this whole
with him.
Yeah, this whole relationship. I had no idea.
No, but yeah, that was a whole thing. I mean, honestly, Summer House is so big right now, and so many of their cast members are just popping off, like Paige and Hannah with Giggly Squad.
I love Paige and Hannah. They're great.
Killing it. They just came out with their own book too. I had no idea. And I just saw that recently. I was like, so smart. Who is your PR and marketing team?
They actually wrote their book themselves. So I had a meeting. I'm coming out with the book and I'm working with like the same publishing team, hopefully. I've been having meetings and I asked them because it's so confusing how these people have time to write their own books. And I went in being, I need to write my own thing. I don't want to have a ghostwriter. It like really needs to be my voice. And they sent me a bunch of copies from people that have actually written theirs. And fun fact, Paige and Hannah are one of them. But there's so many where they put out their books. I worked so hard on this. You didn't even and write one thing.
It's a ghostwriter,
which is fine. A lot of people do that, but don't claim that you wrote the whole thing and sat up for hours all night writing it when you didn't.
What is your book going to be about?
My book is just going to kind of be about my life, but it's also
memoir. In a way.
Not so. It's going to be mixed with fiction as well, but I'm going to use stories from my life and then kind of amp them up a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I feel like your progression throughout life, especially watching you build your whole brand, you've gone through a lot. You've just also been around so much too. And I feel like it's also interesting things that everyone wants to know. How are the influencer events? How are people in real life? Are they really as hyped up as they are?
Yeah.
Like Coachella, is it really everything that it is made to be? Is the Ferris wheel really that cool? And it really is. Coachella's sick. I mean, I love Coachella.
Was awesome. But I went into it saying I'm not doing an influencer thing. I'm not doing this to like take the pictures, to do all that. I went in with all my best friends from home saying this is going to be the best weekend of our lives. Never had more fun. I've never danced that hard in my life. And actually, this thing about Coachella, no one was dancing. In VIP, not one person was dancing. People were looking at me like I was crazy.
I know. In VIP, no one dances.
It was bizarre.
I know.
My friends and I couldn't believe it. We're like, what are you here for? It's $1 million to be here. Why wouldn't you shake your ass? It was crazy. It was beyond me. But I had the best time.
But you have to go into GA. That's where people are dancing, especially when you get more of the house music and like hip hop, rap, like R&B performers. Then everyone starts dancing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, the VIP section, no one dances.
A little lame.
And they just kind of go by the food and drink area.
I think I ate one thing all weekend. I was just at the bar, on the floor, at the bar, on the floor. It was worth the hype. I say everyone needs to go once in their life.
I agree. And then there's Stagecoach. I really want to go to Stagecoach too.
You should.
But you're probably scarred from country music.
I don't know, I like it. I mean, if my ex wasn't headlining, I was going to go, but.
He's there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Stagecoach.
Yeah. Just go every other day when he's not there. Or you could go and throw tomatoes.
Oh my God. How has your relationship, the past relationship with Zach Bryan, changed your approach into going into another relationship or even just dating in general?
Yeah, I think I'm totally emotionally unavailable, which stinks. And I just want to be honest and open about it, because every person that when I go out, they ask me like, what's dating like? Who are you talking to? Who's this? What's that? I just genuinely need to like fix all of the scars that are like left on me from that relationship. And if I were to jump into something else, I feel like I'd be being inconsiderate to whoever I'm talking to. I just don't find the need. Here's the thing. I was talking about this with Lola Young. When you're a successful woman and you kind of have your own thing going, you don't really need to be in a relationship other from the fact that maybe you want to cuddle with someone or you want them to be like your soulmate. We make our own money. We do our own things. We have our best friends. We don't essentially need anyone. So if you're not my everything or going to be that perfect person, so what are you bringing to the table? Why do I want to be with you? Type of thing. I'm in that mindset where I just want to be with someone that can elevate my life, not bring it down.
Bring it down.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more. And it's true. And you are such a successful woman and you can do everything on your own. Because I also feel, it has changed so much now where women are so empowering and on their own and working on their own. But in the past, it was very frowned upon. The men were supposed to work, provide for the women. You need a man to succeed in life or to achieve your goals. And that is so false now. And especially in the world that we are in, we are so blessed. We're very successful. We work our asses off, as much as people think that our jobs are a little cliche. But we really do work our asses off every day. And by doing that, we can create a beautiful life for ourselves. So when there is that person that is going to bring you to the next level, then it's worth it. Otherwise, it honestly just affects your whole image and doesn't make you that authentic self that everybody wants to see and knows. So
exactly. Yeah. I just personally, I haven't been single since I was 16.
Well,
this is my first time being single.
That's what I was going to say to you. I feel like everyone always says about you, and I feel bad, but yes, people are relationship person. Like,
I am.
People
100%.
are relationship people.
Yeah.
I am too. I've pretty much always been in a relationship.
Me too.
But people always say about you, oh, she's never alone. But it's okay. But it's not a bad thing.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with being a relationship person.
I know, people say, oh, when you're not alone, you're not healing and you're leaning on somebody for comfort. But there's a difference between a fling and actually getting into another relationship.
Oh my God.
Sure, you can go hook up with a guy to make yourself feel better. You don't need to start a 6-year relationship with them.
Exactly.
It's completely
well, that's the thing. They're like,
different.
she can never be alone. Now I'm single, having the best time of my life. And they're like, oh, she's crashing out. She needs a boyfriend. What the do you want from me?
What do I need?
And it's so double standard. It's like, if you're get out of a relationship and you're a girl and you want to go hook up with whoever you want to go hook up with, you're a whore, you ran through it, you're crazy. Also, these people just, every boy that I'm spotted with, I'm hooking up with them, which is crazy because 3 of my like gay best friends, like no one on social media really knows they're gay because they're my friends from home.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, she's hooking up with all of her friends from home. Like, guys, they're gay men. These are gay men. They're like, oh my gosh, they're kissing. Yeah, he's gay. It's so crazy. You can never win in the public eye, but I'm just really having fun and trying to enjoy being by myself, which is good.
Yeah. I think it's the best thing. But I mean, no matter what, they're always going to say what they want to say, and not for nothing. Let them talk.
Yeah, no, it helps, honestly.
Yeah, bad publicity is good publicity.
It's great, yeah.
But it's not even bad. It's just, it keeps you relevant. And it's very, as much as it's probably annoying to have the public so invested in what your next move is and what your relationship status is, you're doing a great job by just also showing people that you're back. So as long as you're back and you feel confident in your own skin and you're happy with yourself, that's all they should really care about, because you went through something that was very traumatic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you just have to be happy with you.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
But how is BFF Pod?
BFF Pod is awesome. I love Josh. He's so funny. I really do feel like he's my little brother. It's been kind of a crazy transition to have Dave leave and then it just be the 2 kids on their own.
Yeah.
Because he felt like our dad in the situation. Or
so he was like another co-host with you guys.
Yeah.
So there was the 3 of you.
It started off as Dave and Josh like 4.5 years ago. I think they did 1 or 2 episodes and it was just too broy. They needed a female perspective, and I was working at Barstool at the time, so Dave had asked me to come on.
Is this when you and Grace's podcast kind of went down?
No, I would say that was only in the past like 2.5 years. Plan Brie was longer than BFFs. I started it alone, and then I added Grace, and I got her hired at Barstool. And then she joined, and we crushed it. It was a blast. We toured together. But then, no, it just slowly dissipated. But I started BFFs, and when I first started, I didn't have a camera on me, barely talked. I was terrified. And then I kind of came into my own, and it was fun. It was just a really good dynamic with Josh and Dave. And of course, throughout the years, me and Josh got actually close. We became friends because we're closer in age than me and Dave.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like it was nearing the end for Dave because he's so much older, and he was talking about, at this point, like 19-year-old kids. I feel like a weirdo. I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And fair enough. So he left, and it was up to Josh and I if we wanted to keep it going. And of course we wanted to keep it going. We have a blast doing it. And yeah, it's just kind of finding its own lane right now, and it's been fun.
But now Dave still owns Barstool.
Yes,
he's a genius.
He is.
He is. I feel like he's a wizard.
I know.
I mean, the that he does, and he went to UMich. My sister goes to University of Michigan. So really smart people come out of there.
Well, it's so funny because with Dave, he is one of like the most stupid people I've ever, like just what he says and how he speaks. But at the same time, he's a wizard and a genius.
Yes.
He's just the best of both worlds. It's really funny. And he definitely inspires me a lot. He's a very, very smart man.
Oh, so smart. Mm-hmm. I know you said you don't really like to have too many, well, you do like to have guests on BFF Pod, but your viewers honestly don't really want you to have
which
guests.
Stinks because we have so many like good guests that want to come on and lined up, and they get mad when we have guests on. They're like, who even is this? I'm like, this is the most famous person ever. Which I understand though, because when I listen to podcasts, I feel like sometimes interviews get repetitive if you don't switch it up or make it kind of new and different.
Yeah. No, it's true. They do. Yeah. And that's why I like when you really connect with the person and you could talk about other stuff, not just the same shit that's going on.
Exactly. And I think you have to listen to your viewers and the people that give you the job or listen to the podcast. So we've had to cut out a lot of guests or like cancel a lot of interviews because we want to give our viewers what they want.
If you could choose your dream guest, who would it be?
Well, obviously Taylor Swift, but I don't know if that would ever, I don't think she ever does anything. I'm so obsessed with her. I just drove from downtown up here and it took like 40 minutes. I listened to the Midnight's album the whole entire time, looking out the window, being like, oh, I just wish I was Taylor Swift. But I think Taylor Swift or Adam Sandler would be awesome.
My God, I feel like you guys would have the best time with Adam Sandler.
I think that would be incredible. Yeah. Adam Sandler's so funny. But yeah, I think like actors and musical guests rather than influencers or I don't know. Who would yours be?
Honestly, I love Khloe Kardashian.
Oh, she has a podcast now.
She has a podcast now.
So maybe that could happen.
I know. And I would love to have Andy Cohen on. Yeah. Just to kind of walk through memory lane and just so he could kind of tell my story from his perspective. I feel like that would be such an interesting episode because yes, he's the boss of Bravo and now he's grown so much throughout the years to such a bigger platform. But in the beginning, he saw us as little kids. I was 8. Then when everything went down with my parents, just like what they thought from their perspective, because they also waited to resume Jersey till my mom got home. So it was just a lot of behind the scenes that I wish he could also talk about with me.
That would be so interesting.
And I would love that. And then Khloe, I just think she's so nonchalant. I don't give a but so funny.
Yeah, she's great. She's so funny. What did you think about all the drama about Remy going on her podcast?
I know.
There was a lot that came out of that.
A lot.
It was wild.
And listen, Remy is not warranted to tell her followers what she got done. I know a lot of people assumed it was Ozempic, but then they were a little shocked on how fast she lost the weight. Listen, she got asked to go on Khloe Kardashian's podcast. It was her time to shine, drop the bomb, and say her truth.
Yeah, and she did say it. She told everyone everything.
Yeah, she did. She said her truth, but she's getting I feel bad. She's getting a lot of backlash for it right now.
It stinks. And I feel like we see this over and over again. People beg you to be honest, or people beg you to be super transparent. And then when you are, they somehow throw it back in your face. So it's what do you want? Do you want people to be honest? Because they're all human. And of course, she struggled. I know her. I know she struggled with wanting to say it earlier. And I know she wanted to be honest right in the beginning, but she was going through so much with her breakup and she was so depressed and actually in physical pain. There's so much more than telling the internet. Like, these are people's real lives, and she did own up to it and she did say it. So I don't know. I just feel like people need to cut her some slack.
I do too. And also for her health.
Yeah.
She also did it for her health.
She was literally going to die.
Yeah. It was just not healthy.
Yeah.
And watching those surgical videos that she's been posting, it looks very traumatic what she went through. It was not easy. So she did it for her health. Okay, would you guys have been happier if she was on Ozempic? She would have still lost the weight.
I know.
She just is losing it a little faster.
It's just different.
It's just a different concept. And she looks great.
Yeah.
Let her be.
She looks happy. And she was in so much physical pain from being overweight. And her weight story isn't everyone else's weight story. So maybe she needed the surgery.
Yeah. And I know like a lot of people are also mad at her because they feel like she lied to them.
Yeah.
And that, but I feel like no matter what, even though Remy got the surgery, she's still so body positive.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody can be heard and be seen.
And what the hell does body positivity even mean? Now that she's skinny, they're like, we're negative.
Yeah.
That's Uno reverse. You're not being body positive.
I know. You're honestly really affecting her mental health.
Yeah, they just don't understand. It's crazy. But I'm happy for Remy that she's healthy. And I hope that people come around to understanding what she went through.
I do too. It did not seem easy. But what are your favorite places to go out in New York City? Also, pause. I am so happy for you on your apartment.
Oh, thank you.
It is so gorgeous.
I love it so friggin' much.
And I loved everything about it when you first moved in. My ex told me I wouldn't be able to get this apartment, and now I have it.
Literally. I'm like, I got it on my own, bitch. It's so fun. It's so awesome. I live with my little cousin. She moved in with me from Boston. She's like in New York having her first New York experience. The first week she moved in, I brought her to the box. She's like, what, on a Wednesday? She's like, what do we do here? Are we doing this every week? I'm like, yep, you're going to get poop thrown on you. And this is going to be an insane friggin' time. But I love New York so much. My favorite places to go out, I'm a dive bar girly, so I don't really...
I feel like you don't go to the clubs a lot.
I don't go to the clubs.
But I love bars, so I'm interested in your recommendations.
Yeah, I like to go to places that I won't really be like noticed at. So I like to go to places where there's like a pool table and there's not really much going on. I like to go to... Bayard's is one of my favorite bars. I don't know if you've ever been.
No.
It's so fun. That whole strip, that whole street in West Village.
Is that West Village? I was going to say, because all my years that I've been out in New York City, I think I've been to the West Village going out less times than I could count.
Yeah.
And I need to.
You have to just come out with, I'm like, gatekeeping. I don't want to tell my bars.
No, I know. I'm going to text you then and I'll give
you, you come with me this weekend and we'll go out. But I definitely am a dive bar girly. Okay. I think here and there I go to a club and it's fun. It's fun to like jump up to house music, but a dive bar, a pool table, and a group of my best friends is...
Bleecker Street. I want to go to Bleecker Street.
Bleecker Street is a blast.
Yeah.
West Village or the Lower East Side is where you can find me.
Perfect. What do you think is the best way to meet guys now? Would you be interested in dating apps, or you want it to just happen organically?
I don't think I could ever do a dating app. Only because...
Well, I mean, what for us, we would go on what Raya.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but I need to feel your energy in person.
Yeah,
I'm very attracted to energy, and if you're funny, I can't really tell if you're funny over text or if you get my jokes. So I think I just have to meet someone in person. What's good about this industry or what we do is you meet so many different people every day. I have made more friends and met new people in this past like 6 months than I have in the past 5 years. It's bizarre. Like,
no, it's true.
And especially being in New York, you have one friend, then they introduce you to 6 friends. And then it's just like a rotating door of new friends. So I think I would just have to meet someone organically if I did, but I dead ass Gia. I never want to fucking date anyone ever again. I am so serious. And if I do, I hope it's a girl. Like I don't want to date a man ever again. I mean it. So we'll see.
Oh my God, I can't. But okay, you only get the pleasure from the men, but you don't want the attachments.
I don't want any. I just get so icked out by everything. But I don't know. I think
you need time. I mean, it's not going to happen right now. No. I would be icked out for a very long time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to be, because regardless, you don't need a controlling man at all. When you're in a relationship, you still have restrictions.
Yeah.
There's still things that you can't do while you're in a relationship to be loyal to your partner or not be disrespectful. It still comes with limitations.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I would be like, I'm so good.
And I feel like this past year, I neglected my friendships and my family so much because I was just so stuck in it. I'm just having so much fun being back with my friends and my family. So I want to give them all the attention they deserve and that I didn't give them the past year. So that's where I'm at.
No, I love that. Okay, we're going to just do like a little rapid fire to end this pod. Biggest dating red flag?
Won't share location.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, if Christian's location is not loading, I start to bug.
Not even like that you're cheating, but why? It's just why can't you share it? Do you plan on cheating one day?
Where are you going?
Where are you going? Why? You have my location. I have all my friends' location.
So do I. I have a list. It's like lined.
Like you're literally inside of me and you can't, you aren't going to give me your location. That doesn't make any sense.
I agree. Fastest you ever said I love you to someone?
My college boyfriend, after 2 weeks, we said it like jinx. We said it at the same time. We were like laughing. We're like, I love you. And we got skipped. And then we dated for 4 years. So it worked.
Okay. But how would you handle being ghosted? Would you call him out?
Yeah. 100%, right?
But then what if you confront them and then they don't answer you? Then my thing is I hate seeing all blue
it keeps going.
And no white.
Honestly,
I can't blow up the phone too much.
Yeah, maybe if you ghost me, it's like, okay, wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
I just recently ghosted someone and I feel awful about it. I think I'm going to unghost them after this pod because now I just remembered and I feel bad. Oh God.
But if you're not interested, you're not interested.
I know, but no one deserves to be ghosted. It's wrong.
Yeah, but there's also, it's hard when there's no explanation.
Yeah.
What are you going to explain to them? I'm good.
I know, right?
That's why I didn't really vibe with you.
I've texted so many things and then I deleted it because I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'll have ChatGPT unghost for me after this.
What's your biggest ick you get from guys' social media?
Oh, fit checks.
You hate when they do, I'm wearing this today? Where's your outfit from?
Or like when they like stand, I'm so like... I don't know, because I know that's what I do on Instagram but I feel like Instagram is for the girls and TikTok is for the girls. And I don't like when a man sets up the camera and steps back and like does a body check.
Yeah, and is literally doing the fit check for
I know,
the day.
But I know it's a double standard, but yeah, it icks me out. Personally, can't get over it.
Is soft launching a relationship cringe?
What, like back of the headshot
Yeah.
or like just holding hands?
Yeah.
Being like, ooh, who is this? I think it's for attention. Soft launching is definitely for attention.
I do too. And I feel like a lot of people in our industry do that because they don't want to reveal their person.
Which is fair.
It is fair.
Which is totally fair. If
To
I
not
were
get
to date
all
someone,
the attention first. I feel like you need to do some soft launching.
it would be the secret. Yeah. I feel like if I do date someone, no one's going to know for 2 years. I'm just going to be a big fat secret.
And if it really works out, you're like,
then
this is who I love. Yeah. This is the guy I'm marrying. And
he's not going to embarrass me this time. Yeah.
But sorry, last question about that. When you came out, because I'm just curious about everything with your ex, did his team I know his team reached out to you for you to be quiet.
Yeah.
But once you were out, did they retaliate again to anything?
Yeah, they hired bots to like spam all of my and they hired people. So, I don't know if you saw from Too Hot to Handle, I love her. Francesca came out that people wanted to pay her to spread hate about Hailey Bieber. His team did the same thing about me, 100%, all these bots. And I had an insider like I still had people on his team that were friends with me or like liked me better because a lot of people hated him, and they would feed me all this information. And I couldn't believe the lengths they were going behind the scenes, but then staying so silent. It was bizarre. The shit that happens behind the scenes with powerful people and with money is really scary. And it's crazy because no one on social media knows that. So like when you see all the hate that Hailey Bieber's getting, it's because it's being pushed or people are being paid to post that, or it's this narrative and then it's a wind tunnel. And on social media,
they'll even get influencers to do that?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's so crazy.
Wow. I mean, honestly, what everyone should do is filter your comments.
Yeah, it's you have to.
I don't want to see it.
And people get mad when you do that, but
I don't care.
It's you're cyberbullying people.
Yeah.
Why would it's just because people have influence or money or fame, it doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't wrong.
Like we still have feelings. We're still people.
And we would never go comment on someone's picture, you're fat, ugly, and kill yourself. Like it's bizarre that they don't understand. So he
literally just wanted to try to destroy your life or try to hurt you as in the best way that he could.
Yeah, and I barely even said anything like about him on social media.
No, you
just
didn't.
talked about my experience when I could have said a lot more. So.
I'm sure you could have.
Crazy.
How many dates with a guy before you would offer to split the bill?
I'm like, I feel like I sometimes want to pick it up on the first date.
Why do I feel like you would so do that?
I feel like I do that as I just need to assert dominance, I feel.
Do not do that.
I know, but I don't really care.
I know, but I feel you need to be treated, you know.
I know, but I feel, okay, if they don't offer,
that's
I wouldn't
weird.
But if they offer, I'll be like, oh, we could split it.
Yeah.
I just feel bad. I always feel bad.
I know. I mean, listen, if they don't offer to even take the bill, then I would just take it and pay for it.
Yeah.
But then that would probably be the last time I saw the guy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's chivalrous to do.
It's weird. Would you ever not date a guy based on his zodiac sign?
I know I'm a Gemini, and I know everyone hates Geminis. So
my dad's a Gemini.
That's when I stopped learning about them. I'm like, okay, if no one likes me, I don't want to really learn about any of the other ones.
My dad's a Gemini.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you hate him? No. Exactly. He's probably great.
No, he is. Good time. But you guys are very like 1 minute cool, 1 minute. I mean, maybe you're not, but my dad's like 1 minute, he's like the funnest person ever. And then like 1 minute, he's like a flip of a switch. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you?
I definitely have two personalities where it's either I'm in go mode, fun mode, or I think I'm introverted or extroverted. I either want to be inside of my house, like curled up, don't want to talk to anyone, or I want to be a social butterfly.
Yeah.
Which is weird. People are like, what version are we going to get this?
Yeah. No, that's my dad too.
What are you?
I'm a Capricorn. I'm January. I'm January. Okay. The only reason why I knew what month Gemini was because my dad is one, but I'm January. I don't know. Apparently Capricorns are hardworking, motivated.
Yes, queen.
But all right. Thank you so much for coming on Casual Chaos. This was such a fun podcast.
So happy for you. I can't wait to see your new show.
Thank you. I missed you. This was so fun.
Guys.
Bye.